Hello. Hi. Hi. Yes, Alejandra Muñoz is joining. Aleja. Second. So, hello everyone. Today we're going to start with the second session of our Zoom meetings. You see, Aleja is still joining. Aleja Muñoz. All right. So, let me see. Hello, Aleja. How are you? Aleja. Hello. Hello, Aleja. Hi.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Aleja?
I'm good, and you?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. Aleja, where are you?
I am from my home.
I am home. Okay, so can you turn your camera on? It's very important for me to see you, to interact with you. Remember, these spaces are thought or aimed to interact, and I would like to exchange opinions with you and listening to you speaking in English. Very good. Good to see you, Aleja. How are you?
I'm good, teacher.
Okay, Aleja. So, last class we were talking about habits that we would like to modify in our life. Yes, and today we are going to start a second week. First, I'm going to check what we are supposed to do, and so in this forum, yes, today is May 26th. So we are supposed to talk about the part B of Unit 9 goals and the body. Yes, the part 10, the part A of Unit 10. So we are going to explore the contents of those two units today. We are going to talk a little bit about the vocabulary. I would like to exchange some opinions with you about these topics, and that is going to be all. And Aleja, feel free to make all the questions you want. If you have had any difficulties with the platforms, it's very important for me to know if I could help you with anything. Okay. So well, we
I
are
have a
going.
question
Tell me, Alejita.
about the schedule for our grade.
Yes.
I was doing all the task of Access Virtual,
Okay.
but I want to know if this is schedule, for example, all the tasks in the instructional forum we have to do for this schedule, or for example, instructional forum unit 1 is for the first week.
Yes, exactly.
No.
So, for example, for week 1, you are supposed to do or participate in the forum of unit 8 and unit 9, sports and habits, like about you. It's not sports, it's mostly about you. And in this unit, in this second week, we are supposed to participate in this second forum. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you. Goal. The future would be going to. So this is one of the forums of this week, and the other one is the one in health. So this one. I guess that is what's your piece of advice, if I'm not wrong? Yes.
about the poster.
Yes, that is the poster. Yes, because in this case, we are going to talk about the imperative, el imperativo, to provide pieces of advice. It's like if you are smoking and if you want to quit it, like don't buy cigarettes, do more exercise, do things that makes you feel relaxed, and try to reduce your anxiety. Yes, so we are going to explore this together today, and that is going to be all. For example, this week we only have 2 forums. Yes, last week we had 2 forums. Yes, next week we're going to have 2 forums too. Yes, that is going to be all. And you have to, of course, do the assignments on my LT, because there you're going to get all the information about grammar, and you are going to exercise a lot. Practice makes perfect. I think it's very important that you practice and that you realize a lot of things by doing exercises. I guess is the best way to consolidate information in your brain. And yeah, that is going to be all. And remember, Aleja, you can always contact me on WhatsApp if you want to have a quick answer, like, teacher, I have a problem with this, or teacher, I don't understand, blah, 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 or teacher, I don't know how to pronunciate this, or I don't know the meaning of this or that, or I have trouble understanding what the instructions are. Okay, so I'm there anytime. Yeah.
Okay, teacher.
Perfect. Okay. So, my dear, today we're going to start talking about goals. Yes, as you can see, there is a picture of Rina, Nick, Sarah, and they are graduating from college. Aleja, what are you studying at the university?
I'm studying business administration.
Business and administration. So English is going to be very important for you in the future. Yes, if you want to be successful in your career, you better pay attention to your learning process in English. So it's really good that you're investing time and money doing this. So we are going to check out. We are going to start together with this exercise. We're going to check this photo. And all the students are already to what? How do you think they are going to do dressed that way? They are
graduate.
Yes, they are ready to graduate. Yes. So we are going to read this conversation, right? And we are going to complete these sentences. So, Rina, I'm getting ready to graduate next week. I applied for 4 jobs, but so far, nothing. I know it takes time, but I want to get a job soon. Can you read Nick's part in the conversation, please?
Okay. My goal is to become a doctor, so I'm going to go to medical school after graduation.
Very good. Can you read Sarah's too?
I'm so glad school is over. I want to take it easy. I'm going to take the summer off and travel.
Very good. Aleja, is there any word or sentence or like any vocabulary that you don't understand?
Far es lejos.
In this case, it's like a phrase, like so far, it's like hasta ahora. Yes, it's a way to say like so far nothing, because she had applied for 4 jobs. So far nothing. Like apliqué a 4 trabajos, pero hasta ahora no me ha resultado nada, right? I know it takes time, but I want to get a job soon. All right. What else, Aleja?
No, it's so.
Sorry?
No, I don't
That's
have
it? Any other? Okay, perfect. So we have, so they are ready to graduate. They are ready to graduate. So Rina's goal.
back
No, who wants to go back to school? Who wants to go back to school?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Who wants to continue studying?
Perlina wants to get a job.
Yeah. Rina wants to get a job. Okay, so let's start with this one. Rina.
Yeah.
Rina's goal is to get a job. Okay. Let's continue with Nick.
Mm, Nick, yeah, he
Nick's goal is to
mm,
Nick's goal is to go back to school. Yeah. Why? Because he wants to become a doctor. So he needs to continue studying.
okay, yeah.
Okay. And Sarah says, like, I'm so glad, like, estoy feliz. I'm so glad that school is over. I want to take it easy. Voy a tomar con calma. I want to take it easy. I'm going to take the summer off and travel. When you take off something, you don't do anything specific. Take off is estar libre. Right? For example, you can say, I'm going to take this weekend off to relax and disconnect from everything. Or you can say, oh, I'm so tired, exams and everything has been really complicated. So I'm going to take Saturday off and I won't do anything. I'm just going to sleep and read and relax and go out with my friends. So when you take off some period of time, you take off the summer, you take off Saturday, you take off lunch time, it means that you are taking that time to not do anything, to not study, to not do anything different, to relax. Okay? All right. And so in this case, Sarah's goal is to relax and not to work and not work. Okay? Yeah. You did it very well. All right. So complete the sentences about yourself and tell a partner. So, dear, in this moment of your life, you're getting ready to what? So, which semester are you in, Aleja?
In this moment,
Yes.
next to this class, I will prepare for my next test on Monday.
Oh my God, you have a lot of things. So I'm getting ready to take a test. So, and on vacation time, because they talk about the summer, but we don't have like summertime. But in your case, what's your plan for the next vacation?
I plan to visit my family in my city, Popayan.
Ah, you live in Popayan. Nice. Okay. So on during the vacation time, you are gonna take it easy. Are you gonna work or study, or are you gonna travel? So in this case, you're gonna travel. Are you gonna do something specific in Popayan? Are you gonna work there? Are you going to just take it easy and relax?
Take it easy.
Okay, good. When you finish the university, yes, what's your goal, Ali? Once you
I
get your diploma and you get like, I'm a professional, what are you gonna do after that?
apply for jobs.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And how long will it take to you to graduate?
1 year.
1 year. Okay, 1 year, and you're gonna become a professional. Ah, Aleja, that's awesome. All right, good. So you're supposed to be exploring this stuff. My ELT. There are some listening exercises. Yes, this is the story of a singer. You're supposed to complete information, and we are going to check out this reading, right? A lifetime dream. So here we have a very interesting picture, a beautiful picture. Where do you think this picture was taken?
Where?
Where? Where in the world?
I don't know.
In Chocó, in Buenos Aires, in the United States. Where do you think this picture was taken, in your opinion, Ale?
In En la costa. No sé cómo se dice.
Okay, in the coast. Okay.
Pues,
Yeah. Maybe in Choco.
could be.
Yeah, could be possible. Well, my dear, this photo was taken in Plaza San Martin in Lima, Peru. Interesting because uh, normally when we think about Peru, we think about indigenous people and not Afro people. But you see, it's interesting. So we are going to check out this reading. We are going to listen to it. This is really, give me one second because I need to share the sound with you. Okay. So we are going to read it. This is a great exercise because while you read, you can follow the reading and you can check the way the words are pronounced. And that is going to help you to improve your pronunciation and your fluency in the language. So exposing your brain to content in English is a very good and positive thing to improve your spoken English and also your ability to understand when others are speaking and or talking to you, or when you're just consuming audiovisual content in English. So let's listen to it.
A Lifetime Dream. 17-year-old Hishem Nasir is getting ready for a soccer match with his teammates. Hishem, a student and his school's best player, is a native of Sudan. He now lives in London with his family. My parents are worried. They want me to go to college and major in business or law, he explains. They want me to get a job as a lawyer or work as a businessman. I understand them, but I want to become a pro soccer player. This summer, I'm going to practice really hard every day. And what about his parents? I hope they change their minds, says Hashem. I want to play soccer professionally. It's my dream. At the moment, I'm teaching chemistry at a university in Beijing. It's a good job, but my dream is to make films, says 29-year-old Yi Wang. In China, young artists move to Beijing from all over the country. Many of them are painters, writers, and actors. I'd like to take some time off and make a film about their lives and their work. Wang is writing a film now with help from her friends, but it isn't easy. At the moment, the biggest problem is money, explains Wang. We don't have much, but this isn't going to stop Wang and her partners. They are ambitious. First, we're going to make this movie. Then we'd like to show it in China, and maybe someday at film festivals around the world. It's going to take time, but I think we can do it.
All right. So, Alejita, you see, it's very easy to listen and understand the text when someone else is reading it for you. Also, a good exercise you could do is to read it out loud. Yeah, leerlo en voz alta. Yeah, it helps a lot. Of course, at the beginning you may make some mistakes, but it's normal in a learning process. So we're going to analyze paragraph by paragraph this text, and then you're supposed to answer some questions, but this is part of the exercise. I'm going just to clarify all the vocabulary so you could feel comfortable with it. So can you read the first paragraph, please, Alejita?
Okay. 17-year-old Isham Nasir is getting ready for a soccer match with his teammates. Isham, a student and his school's best player, is a native of Sudan. He now lives in London with his family.
Ale, is all the vocabulary clear? Do you understand what a soccer match is?
Match.
Partido. Soccer match. Partido de fútbol. So soccer match. So he's getting ready for a soccer match with his teammates. And teammates, do you understand what teammates mean?
Pues sería como los compañeros del partido.
Great. That is a good way to learn vocabulary because by taking into account the context, you got the meaning of the word. That is very positive. Let's continue with the next paragraph, Alejita.
Bueno, my parents are worried. They want me to go to the college and major in business or law, he explains. They want me to get a job as a
Lawyer. Lawyer. Do you understand what a lawyer is, Aleja?
no.
A lawyer is the person who works with legal stuff. It's what we call in Spanish abogado. An abogado, right? So his parents want him to get a job as a lawyer. Yes.
Okay. Or work as a businessman.
Do you
I
understand what a businessman?
Un nombre de negocio.
Very good. Okay, next.
I understand them, but I want to become a pro soccer player. This summer, I'm going to practice really hard every day.
Vocabulary that you don't understand?
I don't remember law.
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 Law is derecho or ley, right? But in
Okay.
this case, it's derecho. So his parents, he wants to be a soccer player, but his parents want him to be a lawyer, yes, or a businessman, because in their mind, that is a way to guarantee a good future for Hisham.
Okay.
And now let's continue.
And what about his parents? I hope they change their minds, says Isham. I want to play soccer professionally. It's my dream.
Okay, so when we say, what about his parents? Y entonces, él quiere ser futbolista, pero los papás dicen que no, entonces los papás, ¿qué van a hacer? So he says, I hope they change their minds. So when you use this expression, like if you change your mind, you change your opinion about something. So, for example, you are in a shoe shop and you're about to buy a red pair of shoes, and you try them on and you're convinced that those are the shoes you want. But then when you're about to pay, you said, like, no, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm gonna take the black ones. Yes, it's when you change your opinion. So he hopes, él espera, I hope they change their minds. Espero que cambien de opinión. All right. Now we're going to continue with another story. Yes. In this case, we're going to talk about Yi-1. Can you start reading?
Okay. At the moment, I'm teaching, ¿cómo se dice?
Chemistry. Chemistry.
At a university in Beijing. It's a good job, but my dream is to make films, says 29-year-old Ji-1. In China, young artists move to Beijing from all over the country. Many of them are painters, writers, and actors. I would like to take some time off and make a film about their lives and their work.
Very good. Vocabulary that you don't understand?
Chemistry, química.
Yes,
¿No?
exactly. Chemistry is chemical.
No, for the moment.
Yeah, it's clear. It's clear. All right. So let's continue with the next paragraph.
Wang is writing a film now with help from her friends, but it isn't easy. At the moment, the biggest problem is money, explains Wang. We don't have much. But this isn't going to stop Wang and her partners. They are ambitious. First, we're going to make this movie. Then, we'd like to show it in China and maybe someday at film festivals around the world. It's going to take time, but I think we can do it.
Very good, Alea. You read very well in English. You have really good pronunciation. I'm glad to hear you. Okay, words that you don't understand from this last paragraph.
No.
It's clear. It's all clear. Okay, so this is part of the exercises you are supposed to take in the second 2 in the second week of the course. So now that you understand this reading, you're supposed to answer these questions. And now we are going to check out the grammar, right? So we are going to talk about the future with be going to. This is similar to say in Spanish, voy a, yes, because it's something that you already have in mind. So we're going to analyze together the grammar explanation, yeah. And yeah, that is going to, and I'm going to expand the explanation in case you need it, okay?
Future with be going to. Affirmative and negative. Use be going to talk about an action that will or will not happen in the future.
I am going to study tonight.
So, first of all, Alejita, we are going to use be going to talk about an action that will or will not happen in the future. Yes, it's clear that when we use this structure, we're talking about the future.
Happen in the future.
I am going to study tonight. You are going to study tonight. He is going to study tonight. We are going to study tonight.
So, dear, in this case, the structure is very simple. You have to just conjugate the verb be. The structure going to remains the same for all the pronouns, and then the verb, yes, in infinitive. Yeah, I'm going to study tonight. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm going to visit my family in Popayan in June, right? Okay.
I am not going to watch TV tonight.
You are not going to watch TV tonight. He is not going to watch TV tonight. We are not going to watch TV tonight.
So in this case, when the sentence is negative and you're talking about something you want to do in the future, you're going to put the negative word between the verb be and going to. Yes, so I am not going to watch TV tonight. You're not leaving tomorrow, right? Or you're not going to live tomorrow. He's not going to study after he graduates. Yes, we are not going to visit our parents next weekend. Okay, no vamos a hacer tal cosa. And as you can see, example, we are not going to watch TV tonight. No vamos. Yes, this is literally no vamos. And you see the verb goes in infinitive as it goes in Spanish, a ver, to watch, yeah, TV tonight. So here we have the future would be going to. So you have the subject, yes, you, he, she, it, right? Plus the verb be. If the sentence is negative, not, yes, and then going to the verb and the rest of the sentence. So I'm not going to start college, or I am going, or I'm going to start college, yes. There is also a future time expression like this fall, otoño, right? In August, next month, after graduation. For example, you already told me that you are going to visit your family in June, right? Because you're gonna go there in vacation. And then we have the yes, no question. It's very important that to remember that in Spanish, we have not specific structure to make questions, but in English we do. Every time we make a question in English, we are going to start that with a WH structure like what, when, how, where, which, right? Or with a verb. It might be the verb be or a verb like would or could or can, like a modal verb. Okay, so always we are going to start with a WH structure or with a verb. In this case, the verb be. So, are you going to start college? Or when, if you want more, if you want specific information? Yes, because when we make are you going to start college? You're just asking for a yes or no, right? So are you going to start college? Yes, I am, or no, I'm not. But if you want extra information about what, or about when, or about who, yes, if you want to know about time, people, places, if you want to get an explanation, yes, you're going to use when, how, why, who, where, right? So when are you going to start college? In this case, we're not asking for a yes or a no. In this case, we are asking for a more specific answer. So in this case, I'm going to start in August. Yes. All right. So dear, let me see. In this forum, in the week 2, the forum we have to do for this week is to future with be going to. Yes, this is the forum of this week. Yes, as you can see, you have to answer these questions, right? You have to make a video answering the following questions. What are you going to do on your next vacation? What are you going to do after you finish college or university? What are your plans for the weekend? What are you going to do? Yes. Where are you going to go on the weekend? And try to be spontaneous. Yes. The thing here, I don't want you to read. Yes, because in the forums, the idea is to speak, right? And there I'm going to check your abilities to express yourself. So of course you can prepare and take notes, but the idea is not to read. Yes, like of course you can write down the questions like, what are you going to do on your next vacation? Okay, on my next vacation, I'm going to travel to Panama, and I'm going to spend time with my friend Fernanda, and I'm going to relax. I'm going to work a little, but not too much. I'm going to paint, right? What are you gonna do after you finish college? Oh, I'm going to relax, or I'm going to continue studying, or I'm going to apply for jobs. I'm going to look for job offers. Yes, it depends on each person, but the idea is to sound spontaneous, is to not to read from a screen, because in this case, the idea of the forms is to check your level of speaking, not your level of reading out. Yes. And to answer them, remember you click here on Responder, you click here on Avanzada. This is the easiest way. And when you click on Avanzada, you always have the option of Grabar Video. That is the easiest way, yes? You click there and you start by recording, and once that is okay, you just upload it. It's very automatic, and I guess it's the easiest way to um, answer the form. Okay, so I'm going to cancel this answer, and that is going to be the first part of this week. How do you feel, my dear?
Teacher,
Yeah.
I didn't know very well this part, so because the schedule that
Yeah.
I asked in the first moment, but and I was doing all the forms because I think that was for
No, my dear. No,
yes,
Aleja, if you already did them all, but if you feel like no, I'm going to repeat it, you can repeat it. She's awesome. And I'm going to that is Julie saying hi. She's awesome. So Aleja, if you feel there is no rush, what I want you to do is to do it like very consciously of your learning process and progress, like getting all the elements. So if you feel like doing it again, perfect, love it, better, yeah. Because what I want is for you to learn and feel comfortable, yes, with your learning and expressing yourself in English, right? So don't worry, you can do it again. All right, dear. Let's continue. And there is another part of the contents of this week. We are supposed to work and talk about health. We have a really interesting picture. Where do you think this picture was taken, Aleja? It's a very interesting picture, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where do you think this picture was taken? The landscape is very particular. It's not very common to see a place like that.
No, I don't know.
You have no idea? Okay, so this is an ultra trail runner, Rory Basho, runs in Iceland's Lakagiga lava field. So before, I guess a volcano exploded, and that's why this place has these structures, yes, because it's like a lava field. So the goals of this unit, or by the end of this unit, you're going to be able to identify parts of the body. It's very interesting. Talk about health problems, make requests and commands, and describe causes of stress and explain how to deal with them. So we're going to talk about the body. We're going to talk about stress. We're going to learn how to give commands by using the imperative, like haz, ven, trae, deja, toma, come, sube, baja, right? So this is what we are going to do along this part of the week. So we're going to start with this very interesting video. This is a guy. This is Dr. Ellsworth Harum. He is a very particular guy because he is 90 something years old and he's really healthy, and they are going to like interview him, and we are going to watch the interview together. Yeah, it's always very positive to use the captions on so you could understand more the vocabulary and all the content of the video. All right, so let's do it. So this is Centenarian's Guide to Longevity. Do you understand this title? Centenarian's Guide to Longevity.
So
Guía de un centenario para la longevidad. Do you understand what a centenario is in longevidad?
Okay.
Yes, in this case or in this video, he's going to reveal his secrets to have a long, healthy life. Yes.
Blue zones are areas around the world where a high percentage of individuals live to be 100 years old.
So blue zones, las zonas azules, blue zones in the world are the places in which they have a very large numbers of people who get to live more than 100 years old. Yes, so there is something in their lifestyle that makes their lives longer and healthier. Yes, so we're going to discover all those secrets in here.
Today on Million Ways to Live, we visit Loma Linda, California, the only blue zone in North America.
So the only blue zone in North America is Loma Linda in California, right?
Where Seventh-day Adventists show the world that healthy living is possible in today's modern world. Meet Dr. Ellsworth Warren, a 100-year-old Seventh-day Adventist who retired.
Oh, he's 100 years old. Okay.
Is a heart surgeon at 95. He's been featured
He was a surgeon. Do you understand what a surgeon is, Aleja?
No.
A surgeon is a doctor that performs surgeries.
Silvia?
Yes, so un cirujano. Yes. He was a heart, boom, 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 surgeon. So,
Okay.
yes, so he performed heart surgeries. Yes, and he quit his job when he was 95 years old. So he was really, really sharp and really, really smart. And he was in good shape, apparently.
He's been featured in National Geographic
Okay, he was being featured in National Geographic. Yes, this is him.
on the Oprah Winfrey Show and
He went to the Oprah Winfrey Show, and he has been interviewed by a lot of people because in the United States it's not very common to see people who turn 100 years old and be still productive and healthy and moving.
been interviewed by people from all over the world. We spent the day with Dr. Warren and his wife to learn his secrets to his longevity. According to Dr. Gary Frazier's famous 34,000 person study, the average Seventh-day Adventist vegetarian
So when we talk about the average means el promedio, right? So the average people in his community are vegetarian.
male outlives their average male counterpart by 9.5 years.
Okay, so the average of life expectancy there is 95 years. They live a lot, viven hasta los 95, yes, but they are vegetarian. So they're going to start with the first question, right? So must be the veggies, right?
Must be the veggies, right?
Tiene que ser que porque son vegetarianos, right?
Not according to Dr. Warren.
So according to this doctor, that is not the secret. That could be a contribution, but it's not mandatory to be vegetarian to have a long life.
The reason why the California Adventists outlive the general population, I think, is based largely on a spiritual basis.
It's really interesting because this man is a doctor and he says that the secret of having this long life relies on a spiritual basis, isn't it?
You have to come to this conclusion when you see that Fraser took and divided us up, and 50% of the Adventists in California eat meat. But the difference between the ones that ate meat and the ones that didn't was only 1.53 years.
Okay, so they divided vegetarians and eat meaters, yes, and apparently the difference is not very big. They both have long, healthy lives, and the difference is just 1.5 years. So they get to live more than 95 years old.
You have to put it down to more than vegetarianism.
It's the whole lifestyle that counts when assessing.
So the thing here is the whole lifestyle. It's not only what you eat, it's what you think, it's how you feel, it's your habits, it's the way you face situations. All that makes the difference if you want to have a long-lasting life.
Seventh-day Adventist health, but individual habits deserve attention as well. According to Frazier's study, the most important habits for adding years to your life are as simple as eating a handful of nuts every day and exercising.
So exercising, he eats a handful of nuts, nueces, every day and exercising. It's really interesting because it is proved that if you eat nuts, nueces, nuts, those are very beneficial for your brain because your brain is basically made out of fat. Nuestro cerebro está hecho de grasa y de agua, right? So we need good fat, yes? And nuts are full of that.
Every day and exercising. Dr. Warren talks about his daily exercise regimen.
Now, about 20 years ago, out of Stanford, there came a paper, and this paper said if you climbed a flight of stairs 20 times a week, now that's only 3 times a day. You get me? It's pretty hard to live in a 2-story house and not climb a flight of stairs.
Really interesting because even if he's an old guy, he kept living in a two-flat house in order to have the challenge to exercise. Yes, and it's really interesting because a lot of people, like when they get old, they usually say, no, vamos para una casa de un piso, porque cómo le vamos a poner a subir y a bajar escalas. And according to this doctor, he said like it's very beneficial, and if you do it 3 times a day, you are going to have the exercise and the movement your body needs.
3 times a day, that you will reduce your incidence of dying of heart disease by 46%.
Wow, you're reducing the chances to die from a heart disease by 46%. Yes, only by climbing the stairs.
Despite living through 2 wars and a long career as a heart surgeon, Dr. Warren feels he didn't have a stressed life. And his wife of 64 years backs that up too. She says she's only ever seen him stressed 1 time.
Okay, so his wife says that he's a very calm person, so he doesn't get stressed very easily. And his wife says that she hasn't seen him stressed only once in his marriage. That's a lot.
We feel it's his philosophy on life that must be the most critical component to his longevity.
I'll take care of the things I can do something about, and the things I can't do anything about, I'll leave alone. You do the best you can, and that's it. All your being stressed doesn't improve the situation one bit.
Ultimately,
Okay, so being stressed is not a key to have a healthy and long life.
it's the attitude and perspective you take on life that matters the most. Dr. Warren's closing thoughts really sum up his positive outlook on life and, of course, the pride he takes for his gardening.
You can take control of your life and achieve what you want to achieve. You've got to look at things in proportion and see the glass being half full, not half empty. You see. You want to come out and look at my backyard?
Yes.
Okay, so this is it. Now you're supposed to answer some questions about it. The idea is to explore, and we have some vocabulary, right? Body parts. So we have the head, the eyes, the back, which is la espalda, right? The arm, which is all this thing, the hand, and in the hand you find the fingers, right? And in your head you find the face, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, right? This is the face, mouth, nose, the ears, right? You have the shoulders, right? It's like the shampoo, head and shoulders. The neck, this is the neck. The chest, the stomach. In this case, it's not stomach, stomach, and the leg, right? And also we have the foot. This is a irregular plural because you have 1 foot, 2 feet. So it's not correct to say foot, all right? This is Irene West. She's a speed skater, right? So we have some opposites. When we talk about the shoulders, we could talk about broad, la gente que es como con los hombros super anchos, que tiene una espalda ancha, broad. And the opposite is narrow, como super estrechitos. So for example, in my case, I don't have broad shoulders, I have narrow shoulders. What about you, Aleja? Do you have broad shoulders or narrow shoulders?
Narrow shoulders.
Yeah, it's mostly because we are women, because we are Latinas, and because we're not very tall, I think. Long and short. So long arms or short arms. In my case, I have short arms because I'm not very tall. What about you?
Me too.
You
Short
too.
and
And legs too.
short.
And legs, yeah. And then we have big or large. Yes, these are synonyms. And the opposite will be little or small. So in my case, I guess my eyes are not small, but are not very big. What about you? What do you consider about yourself? You have big eyes, small eyes.
The people say that I have big eyes.
Okay. Now, muscular. So when you talk about your body structure, you can say you have muscular body, muscular arms, and muscular legs. All right. Then you have to do some exercises based on this vocabulary, right? And then we have the listening exercise. And then we are going to check out the grammar, right? Affirmative and negative forms of the imperative. Remember, we are going to use the imperative to give orders, structure, instructions, or advice, right? It's like when in Spanish we say trae, ve, come, toma, haz, right? So we are going to analyze it together.
Affirmative and negative forms of the imperative. Use the imperative to give advice, instructions, directions, and orders. The imperative uses the base form of a verb.
So we're going to use the imperative to give advice, instructions, directions, and orders. The imperative uses the base form of the verb. El imperativo usa la forma base del verbo, right? And we're going to analyze it together.
Take that medicine.
Take that medicine. Mira que aquí no hay pronombre, nada. Ni tú, ni nada. Solo la base del verbo. Take that medicine. Toma esa medicina. You see? It's very simple.
Call me tonight.
Call me tonight, right? Llámame esta noche. Porque no hay ni pronombre, no hay nada distinto al verbo, a la base del verbo, all right?
Go to school.
Go to school, the colegio, right?
The negative form of the imperative is formed by adding don't before the base form of the verb.
Okay, so this is when the instruction, the advice, the direction, or the order is affirmative. Yes, when it is negative, we're going to start that with don't.
That's the wrong medicine. Don't take that medicine.
So that's the wrong medicine. Don't take that medicine, right? So don't do it. No lo hagas. No te la tomes. You see? It's very simple. As you can see, there is no pronoun. There is nothing different from the negative particle and the base form of the verb.
Listen. I won't be home tonight. Don't call me tonight.
I want to be home tonight. So don't call me tonight. Call me tomorrow.
You've got a fever. Don't go to school.
You've got a fever. Don't go to school. Yes. So it's like an instruction, a direction, an order, right? Alejita, is everything clear?
Yeah, teacher.
All right, so we have the imperatives. You have the base form. One is affirmative, take a break, work hard, get some rest. And if this instruction, order, piece of advice is negative, don't take a break, don't work too hard, don't get some rest, okay? Or don't get any rest. So you have to do some exercises. In this case, or the forum, bam, 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 we have to go to the health part. And we are supposed to do this one. What's your piece of advice? So you have to use, you have to provide pieces of advice using the imperative. You have to make a poster providing at least 5 pieces of advice to one of the following situations. So it means that you have to choose only one situation, and taking that into account, you're going to give me 5 pieces of advice, creating a poster, and you have to present it in a video, right? So in this case, the person wants to quit smoking. So say no to smoking. Take these 3 steps. Choose a date to stop smoking. As you can see, this is the imperative. Talk to your doctor, make a plan. So we have talk to your doctor, make a plan, 2 ways to use the imperative. And tell me, Alejita.
Teacher, I have a question. For
Tell
example,
me. Yeah.
imperatives or is well if I say consume,
Yes, consume.
recycle,
Yes.
and reduce. Is good?
Again, consume, confuse,
No, consume, reduce, y
reduce.
recycle.
Reduce, consume, reduce, recycle. Consume, reduce, recycle.
Are the imperative?
Yes, I consume more vegetables. Reduce the ingestion of Coca-Cola. Recycle your blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's okay. So tell your friends and family about your plan. And then there are like some interesting information about that in order to make people more aware, like about 69% of smokers want to quit completely. And did you know that smokers are most likely to want to quit on Monday? So they are going to, in this case, they give you tips, yes, in order to stop smoking or quit smoking, okay? And that is what we are going to do this week. Do you have any questions, dear?
No, teacher.
All right. So we are going to finish here for today. Thank you very much, Aleja, for being there. Remember, if you have any questions, you can contact me anytime on WhatsApp, even on weekends. Yes, I'm going to try to answer or get back to you as soon as possible. For questions, for vocabulary, for pronunciation, if you don't understand any instruction, and not only you, the people who are watching this video, because I'm recording it, and so for the classmates who couldn't attend our meeting today, and that is going to be all. Thank you very much, Alejita, and I hope to see you next week.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye, take care.
Bye.
Okay, we are going to finish here.